As tensions continue to mount between Moscow and Kiev, Western leaders have imposed harsher economic sanctions on Russia. But will they make a difference?
Now the UK and our allies will begin to impose the sanctions on Russia that we have already prepared.
Boris Johnson has announced that the UK will impose sanctions on 5 Russian banks.
Rossiya, IS Bank, General Bank, Promsyaz Bank and the Black Sea Bank.
Sanctions are also being imposed on 3 very high net worth individuals in the UK, freezing their UK assets and banning them from travelling here. The US and Europe have been talking toughest when it comes to sanctions on Russia.
At this point in time, and without this certification, Nord Stream 2 cannot operate.
In Europe, Olaf Scholz, the German Chancellor, has announced that Germany is pulling the plug on the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. That's the undersea pipeline meant to ferry natural gas from Russia to Germany. Losing it will hurt Germany and other European countries who rely heavily on Russia for their energy supply. But it shows they're serious. Joe Biden has set the stage for strong sanctions, calling the Russian moves an invasion.
So I'm going to begin to impose sanctions in response far beyond the steps we and our allies and partners implemented in 2014.
He's already announced sanctions that ban new investment, trade and financing by US persons to, from or in the regions of Donetsk and Luhansk. Here's why. Vladimir Putin has said that he recognises those 2 breakaway regions of eastern Ukraine as independent states.
I consider it necessary to take a long overdue decision to immediately recognise the independence and sovereignty of Donetsk People's Republic and Luhansk People's Republic.
And he's readied Russian forces to enter the Donetsk and Luhansk regions. Many see this as violating international law and Ukraine's sovereignty. Western nations have a range of options in which to inflict more financial pain on Russia. The most severe of these options would be to disconnect the Russian banking system from SWIFT, the international banking messaging system used by more than 11,000 institutions in 200 countries worldwide. Russia has taken steps during the last decade to diversify its assets away from the US dollar and into other assets such as gold and the euro. That makes it less dependent on the greenback and less vulnerable to potential US sanctions. Russia's US dollar reserves have more than halved over the last 5 years. So the chances are that the sanctions unveiled will have little impact on Russian individuals close to Mr. Putin or the companies that they control. Still less will be the impact on the Russian economy or Mr. Putin's war machine. It looks as though the heavy lifting on this front will have to be done not by the UK or the EU, but by the United States.